first inside. 404 kicked open the door. You ran in, and to the south you saw some of these akatas. They were chewing on some very thick wires that were run across the metal grating floor of the Acreon. So initiative was rolled, and you're up as you burst through the door.
All right.
And we are getting rid of 404 as
I'm
I
gonna run up here.
put him
to
into
Akata
hibernation.
number 8, because there's obviously 8 more of these.
Oh, I was going to ask, is the robot with us, or is he?
No,
He pieced out.
He is pieced out.
We're sitting back to the ship.
All right, so it looks like Valek's charging in.
Yeah, is this like a surprise round or anything?
Nope. You guys,
okay.
you guys kind of saw each other, so.
Okay. And I'm gonna try to take a swing in.
Right. So there's Bailey. All right, that's a 21 versus kinetic armor class, and that would be a hit.
Oh, I forgot to drag it on him.
Hey, what's up, Enoch? Alright, so he's hitting probably with his polearm or spear?
Yeah, my pike, yeah.
Alright. You used to see some of the alien races that you can play. They get a natural reach of 10 and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. There's a bunch of playable races. There's probably about 35 races now that you can play. Crazy. Alright, so it looks like you hit for a total of 5 damage on the Akata, the first one you engaged. Anything else for you?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, go ahead and pass it. Let's see, we'll pass it on to the Akatas themselves. Alright, so the Akata that you are engaged to will go ahead and attack. And it has the... See, it has that void bite, and in fact, if I'm not mistaken, someone has been infected with this disease, if I'm not mistaken, right, Valek?
Yep, me.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. I bet you're probably saying under your breath, I hope Dave forgets that.
Yeah, so, it was space herpes, I think.
It is.
Yeah, space herpes.
Yep. Yeah, the space herpes. All right, so let's go ahead and do a bite on you. I've got my bite on you. All right, so that's going to be a 16 versus kinetic armor class. Is that a hit?
No.
All right. Then that's it for the Akata. So the next Akata is going to move up as it lets go of the wires that were kind of arcing now between the different wires because of the rubber mesh has come off of the wire itself. It runs up. It also bites you, and that would be an attack versus KAC, and that's going to be a 26. I'm pretty sure that hits.
Yep.
So we'll go ahead and do some damage, which is a 1d6 plus 2. All right, so you're going to take a total. Wow, you're going to take a total of 7 piercing damage. And that's going to be it for the second Akata. Now we're to Bailey. You are up. You are standing right beside the core of the ship. And the hairs on your neck and your arms are standing up from the power that's being generated from that thing. Ugh.
All right. I'm going to take a shot at Akata 9 with my needler pistol.
Okay. Shoots away. Pum! Let's see, a 16 versus kinetic. That is a hit. All right, nice job. It takes a total of 2 damage from the pistol. Anything else for you?
No, that's it.
All right, we'll pass it on. And now, Soren, you're up now.
All right, I'm gonna take a full action to charge.
Ooh, you gonna do a bull rush? Do you have enough movement, or are you just gonna do a extra movement, basically, right?
Yeah, extra movement to get in the room.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. You look down to the south. There's all kinds of, and actually inside of this bay, you guys know that you can see that there's like an engineering bay expansion that's been built on with a workstation and stuff. So this is actually a pretty nicely modified ship. And then there's of course all kinds of engineering workstations and stuff like that where all of the engineering happenings go down on the ship. So, all right, Trinkets, you're up.
All right. In the last encounter, if you remember, my space suit was punctured, but 404 did get the air on, right?
He did.
That was one of the things doing. Okay, I want to make sure.
Yeah, you guys went up to the bridge and actually took care of that. Yeah, he hacked into the computer and took care of it. Now, he also, remember, he also found the log as well from the captain, but it had extra security on it, and by that time, before he even could start attempting to get into it, you guys basically charged out and started going down the halls and stuff. So that didn't happen
he
last
found
time.
the readings in the ship, and that's what we were investigating. There were other sentient life forms.
Yes, and there were quite a few.
And I went out looking for sentient life forms, but I didn't know that these creatures were sentient. And so here we are. Egg on my face. Or their faces. It's not on mine yet.
Did Soren finish the mending spell on your suit?
No, we didn't even attempt it.
Oh, okay.
Because it was going to take so long.
Yeah.
I would have run out of air before then, so we just tried to get the air on.
Yeah, the air on the ship was turned on just in time. Just as she was running out of air, yeah.
Yeah.
So there were a couple of pretty clutch skill checks, hacking in and getting all that stuff restored, so
yeah.
Good checks.
Yeah, we did a lot of good rolls last game.
Yeah.
That's why I fear this one.
You think you spent them all last week? Well, last time?
Probably. Did we get any bennies?
There are no bennies in this game.
we get oh shit, what's it called?
Resolve.
Yeah, that's it.
Does that reset every game?
Can't use them.
The resolve you can do a couple of different
it's not
things.
Per game. It's per rest or whatever, right? Or per day.
Yeah, it's you get them back. Yeah, you get them back per rest, long rest. But then you also have your short stamina rest also, and those actually take resolve points. So you spend a resolve.
And we use those, I think.
Yeah.
Or I did anyway.
Yep. And then plus, once you get certain levels in your themes, the upper levels of your themes, you also gain the resolve points back. But that's not until like level 18 or so, which I think is a little bit too high. But I mean, it's all good. But you gain resolve anyway. So as you level up, you gain more resolve. So, all right, Trinkets, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm going to be not so avant-garde this time. I'm going to be a little more cautious. Let me see. I have just enough movement to stick my head in the door.
Is there anybody in here?
Curious to seeing what they're fighting, hoping it's not more of those same creatures.
Oh,
but it is.
Definitely are, yep. Why are there so many of these things on this ship? I mean, that is the question.
I'm also happy considering how much they are worth.
Yes, yeah. So does anybody remember what that material is called that they give as they die? Does anybody remember?
I don't even remember what their names were.
They are called akatas.
Oh yeah, I could look at the combat tracker. But I don't matter. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that material is called Nokwal or Noqual, whatever. And it's
That's right.
a material that actually can be forged into weapons and stuff, and actually makes your weapons much stronger and more valuable as well.
Yeah, I remember them being heavy and expensive.
Yes, each one of these Akata corpses, they basically roll up into a cocoon when they die. And then when they roll up into a cocoon and die, that's when you can tell that it's got Nokwal, and it's, each one of these cocoons is about a bulk worth of weight, which is actually quite a bit of weight. But you've got, I think, 2 bulk worth already, and each one of those cocoons are worth about 500 credits. So they
I'm carrying
some
2.
value. Yeah.
Wait.
I know you got 2 more here. So, and whatever else is on the ship. I remember the old commander, the Ambassador Nor, he told you to take what you want. Just remember, you need to bring back my small little package that's on board of the Acrian waiting for me. Ambassador Nor, yeah, sneaky guy. Nice check attempt, though. But you were
Yeah, it was good though, because at least we're on the ship.
Yeah. You're
They
on
give
the
us
ship.
access to it, so that's good.
And plus, you guys need to check out the drift rock also. You're supposed to check that out. So you've still got quite.
We're just gonna disconnect it, and push it out in space.
That's nice.
Who needs a big chunk of rock? Anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna shoot the Akata that Valek is engaged with,
All right,
or shoot that.
go for it. You get a -2 because of that workstation that's kind of in your way. So give yourself a -2 on that if it pertains to your attack. It is cold in here. This is the first time I've had to run my little window unit for days.
Okay, it's just flat 20 then.
All right, 13 versus, is it a versus kinetic, or, what are you even doing? You just said
shooting him with my azimuth laser pistol.
Okay, so that would be
space pistol.
That would be against your space pistol. That'll be against energy armor class. So your 13 is a hit. It's barely a hit, but it is a hit on the Akata.
I'll take it barely. And I'll destroy him with my 1d4 damage.
The pretentious European girl rolls damage. And she
max damage.
Max damage.
That's the first time. All right, so you do 4 more to the Akata. Damages it slightly. Just kind of snarls, and I think you made it mad. All right, let's go to round 2, shall we? And Valek, you're back up.
All right, we'll keep on beating on him.
Keep on beating it. Oh, I almost accidentally deleted all tokens. That would have not been good. All right, so a 16 versus kinetic is a hit. You can go ahead and roll damage. I love that new Alien Archive. I'm going to start putting some stuff in there against these guys.
I forgot to roll it on it again. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll add 9 more damage to... You're attacking the same one right below you, right?
Yeah, 8.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. It's taken 13 wounds now. It's in pretty bad shape. So we'll move on to the Akata that's in front of you. We'll go ahead and we'll attack. It's going to bite you. Oh, I love these. You know what? I love the bonuses to hit and stuff in Starfinder. The numbers are definitely much bigger. That is for sure. And on both sides for you and the monsters. So 13 versus kinetic is a miss. The second Akata, it's actually gonna make a dash for trinkets. So you can go ahead and give me an attack of opportunity as it busts out in a full sprint to trinkets. And I also believe that no, Bailey, you won't get one. Oh, that's a nice miss. As it just runs right past you, runs around this computer station, and then it attacks trinkets.
He sensed the hole in my jumpsuit from the other bite.
He he did. Ooh, he hits with a 25 versus kinetic.
No, that's a miss.
Alrighty, let's
Power
do
armor
that.
over
Right.
Let's
She's got like level
just
27.
pretend it does hit that.
Let's pretend. So we will pretend that it hits trinkets, and you'll take a total of 7 piercing damage. And now I'm gonna need you to answer my phone for me as it goes off. All right, let's see. Yeah, you feel a burning sensation as the bile from its bite is in your wounds.
I removed it from my stamina.
So you need to go ahead and do a fortitude saving throw for me. And you can do that with an advantage. No, I'm just kidding. That's the wrong game.
Right.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
it's
not
the roll
affected. Yeah, you're not affected by this bile, by this void death, as it's called. Nice job.
oh, yeah. I missed the space orbeez twice now. I should be lucky.
You are lucky.
Yeah.
So as we move on from the second Akata, after it pierces through the already damaged armor of trinkets, we'll move on to Bailey. So my phone continues to go off in the background. Sorry about that.
I'm going to...
Send all your hate email to the pretentious European girl on YouTube.
I'm going to drop my pistol and pull my survival knife and take a stab at him.
Whoa. All right. A little stabby. So 14 versus kinetic is a hit. You can go ahead and roll damage. A minimum, but still 5. It's wounded. Still in good shape, though. It doesn't look like it's at least halfway dead yet. Go ahead and pass it if you are done, if you're not doing anything else. Soren, what say you?
All right, I'm going to take a guarded step back
Hey, thanks a lot, Murdoch. I appreciate it, man.
and fire off a magic missile
Good to see you, man.
or 2.
Ooh, so you're stepping back. Are you doing your 5-foot step? Your what is that called now in Starfinder? Guarded step, I think.
Guarded step. Yep.
Yeah. Right. So the first your magic missile spell does a total of 8 damage to it. Is that sonic damage? I think. I can't remember what type of damage magic missile is, but you can let me know. As you pummel
Force
that
damage?
thing,
Force.
Okay, is it
Yeah.
force? Okay. Now it is more than 50% dead, and you can tell that. All right, trinkets. It's already your turn again. Wow, it's going quick. You guys are getting used to this.
All right. Well, what is this console or whatever behind me?
It's just a sort of like a station that would be on, like, say, the bridge of the Enterprise or something, where Scotty or Spock would be standing.
Okay, so it's like 30 inches tall or whatever.
Yeah.
Standard cabinet height.
Roger that.
I want to take a guarded step up to it and onto it.
Okay. And this thing is snarling at you, and that saliva is just running off of its big fangs. Arrgh! I'm gonna bite you. Of course, it doesn't say that, but
What's sentient then? That's crazy. All right, well, I had a silly thought for a moment that I might be able to rationalize with it, whatever the word is. But nope, I'm going to aim at my space pistol at it and fire.
Your space pistol. Oh, too good. All right. She fires. That's a hit. 16 versus energy. You do 2 more to the Akata. It's almost dead. Close, but not yet. It's getting there. All right, so now we'll go to round 3. Valak, you're back up. As this thing's still trying to gnarl at you as well.
All right, we're gonna try to smack this one around again.
Tries to parry your blow, but to no avail, you smash the heck out of it. Probably killing it in the process. I would probably imagine so. Just depends on what you roll for damage. Oh yeah, you definitely kill it. It's basically it's an aberration as well. And as it dies, it rolls up into that cocoon, and you have some more of this precious raw material in front of you, sitting in a little ball. A bulk worth 500 credits. All right, so you can go ahead and take your movement too if you want to. All right, so we'll go to the Akata. Last ditch effort. Let's see, what is a guarded step? It is your move action, right? Let's let's let this thing do a guarded step. I think it's a move action. I'm going to look it up in just a second as soon as I'm done.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm going to go ahead and he's got a hard on for trinkets. So let's go ahead and give you an attack.
So those holes in my jumpsuit. Or spacesuit.
Yeah. American space woman. Are you going to take 6 more stamina damage? And
Wait a minute.
Stamina.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep, you'll take 6 more damage, probably to your stamina point pool. And I'm not going to make you do another fortitude because you've already done a couple, so you're pretty much you would be immune to this stuff by now. So
Yeah, I'm out the stamina and took another wound.
yeah. So let's say this thing. Okay, yeah, this thing's pretty much going to be screwed anyway. So Bailey, you can go ahead and go. I'm totally used to 5th edition movement where you can move, attack, and then move again. I was going to try to get away, but your attack is a 12 versus kinetic, and that is a miss, actually. It is barely a miss. Hey, thanks.
I roll damage on the air.
Rumblefish 1. I love it. What'd you roll damage on?
I said, can I roll damage on the air?
Sure, if you want to. How much damage
Curse
would you
that
have
air.
done?
How many hit points
Air?
does the air have?
It's infinite. I mean, it is just infinite. It has the sideways 8 for hit
You treat it like a
points.
swarm.
Yeah. A swarm. Oh. Swarms are pretty good in this game, too. All right, so let's go to Soren. You're up now.
All right.
Shut up,
let's
dog.
see. Take another guarded step,
All right.
and I'm gonna fire at it with my static arc pistol. And miss.
That is a miss. Is this thing going to take out trinkets? We'll see.
I continue to walk across these consoles, stepping backwards more.
as you're starting to sweat a little bit more
I'm
now
screaming
that your
out, hey,
comrades
this
are,
guy won't let up.
yeah, your comrades are letting you down as this thing just keeps chomping into you over and over and over again. All right, so what's Trinkets doing?
I'm gonna shoot it with my space pistol again.
How's your charges doing on your space batteries?
It's 20 per charge, right?
Oh, 20 per battery, yeah, 20 charges per, yeah. And then depending on the weapon that you uses, it eats up X amount of charge. Like, I think that static weapon that Soren's using takes a couple or maybe 3 or 4 or something like that.
I've been keeping up with my shots. I'll double check the weapon and make sure. But if it's only 1 charge per, I've got the long ways to go still.
Yeah.
I assume that's it, so there's 3 damage for him.
All right.
Oh, he's
So
dead.
it goes down, yeah. It goes down, and lo and behold, another 1 bulk cocoon that is rolled up in front of you, worth about 500 credits. That's Knockwool.
I look to Soren, and I say, perhaps we should probably take time. Maybe you could bend the spacesuit for me.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
Before we run into any more of those things.
Or you
I thought
decide
there
to
was
go
a
to
third
the
in here.
Drift Rock, too.
Oh, indeed, yeah. I can't leave the ship until I get it repaired.
Wasn't there a third one in this room?
No, there's just 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. And then we should check out this engineering room.
And I'm going to spend a resolve point, another, and get back my stamina.
So that's going to take 10 minutes to cast the mending, Dave.
All right, so as you're casting Mending, you can also take your stamina rest as well. And I'll also give you guys the image again of what these Akatans look like.
I'm gonna, of course, collect my pistol and everything off the ground.
The Akatas, here they are. Pretty insane looking creatures.
Yes, it's Splicer Beast.
Nasty
I'll,
looking.
I'll grab up the Narquool again.
Too bad you couldn't play one of those as an alien race.
I want to ride one.
I guess it would have to be sentient first. Trinkets.
Me, 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 me.
Rumblefish One. I like that name. That's a good name, man. You think D&D
Trinkets,
is
do you
more
have any of
exciting
those
just
Mark 1 things?
Oh, Mark 1 what?
Healing things? The healing
Wow.
units?
The Mark 1 healing serums?
No, I do not have any.
Yeah,
Would
Yes.
you like one?
You guys do have a couple of them, that's for sure.
I have 3.
yeah, I've got one of them, but I think y'all got your stamina back, right? Or is she missing some?
I think she has
HP
wounds,
too?
doesn't she?
Yeah, I feel okay. I've got to do have a few gashes that I'll need to take care of.
Couple of
What about
hatchet
this,
wounds.
What about you, Zayla? You feeling all right?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Space herpes?
Space herpes, yeah, I'm gonna take care of that when I get to see the doctor again.
So you guys are surrounded by machinery all around you. And this long engineering station pretty much goes from one side of the ship to the other side of the ship. And this is definitely the Acrian's main engineering room. And there's a bay that's been built on where you can perform engineering tasks as well. The tech workshop, as you would know it to be. And you guys know where the ship's power core is. And there's a couple of access panels and stuff as well. And let's see. You've got a couple more of these Knockwool cocoons that you got from the Akatas when they died. So you can put down 2 more Bulkworth, whoever is the meat carrying that stuff. And there's quite a few parts. And we'll say that 404 is here in spirit. And he has enough know-how with engineering and stuff, seeing that he is a mechanic. And you guys are able to scrape up about 300 UPBs worth of the universal polymer bases, I think they're called the UPBs. And if you haven't read what those are, that's pretty much how you fix things and create things. It's basically like a generic crafting component. and you can fix your starship with these UPBs. You can fix your weapons. You can create items. You can do pretty much anything you want with these universal polymer bases. And you found a total of 300, kind of scattered all throughout the engineering department. And you guys also have more of these UPBs as well that you found back in the nightclub when you guys ransacked that place.
Yeah, it's like Legos.
Yep.
You can build things out of them.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are, basically. They are Legos. That's a perfect analogy. I like that. Yeah.
Space Legos.
Space Legos, yeah.
Space Legos. I keep forgetting the default space in front of everything.
What else in this room? I want to check out the rest of it. Maybe down here towards the bottom part.
You find there is a weapon rack that had a piece of glass on it that says "break in case of emergency," and inside of this weapon rack there is a tactical arc emitter, and that's on. You can look up all the stats. I think it's on page 176 in the Starfinder core rulebook, so you'll have to check that out. But you did find a tactical arc emitter.
Yeah, I have to look that up.
Yep, I'll put it in the chat. And you guys might want to put this in the chat, in the Discord, in your chat room, in the Discord server, so you guys don't forget what you guys have. So you guys got 300 more UPBs, universal polymer bases, or space Legos, as we'll call it. We'll just call them space Legos from here on out. And then you also have the arc emitter. It doesn't do any damage. It just kind of gives the creature an effect. And that's pretty much everything that you found in the engineering department. That's here on the Acreon. So what say you, adventurers? You still have quite a few different doors you haven't gone into yet.
All right, Trinkets, your suit looks good. What do you say we move up into some of these other areas?
404 taps on his pad, and of course he's doing a broadcast live on Space YouTube, and he's saying, "Ooh, there's only 2 life forms that are left on this." On the ship. He goes, I think my pad has been glitching out. He says there's some kind of strange interference going on, and he says that there are two more sentient life forms on the ship. He said
Can you lock all the doors, please?
Yeah, they're already, all of the hatches are already locked. There's 3 entry points there's 3 airlocks. There's one in the engineering department back there where you're at, in the center. And then there's one on the left side of the ship and on the right side of the ship. And
can you lock all the interior doors?
Yes, all of the airlocks have been locked.
Interior doors.
Oh, as for each individual room? Sure.
No.
He starts tapping away on his pad, and he says that they should be unlocked now.
Do you know which? Previously, you were able to indicate where the areas of these life forms are. Can you still do that?
Yeah, he says it looks like there's in the northern part of the northern part of the ship, and remember there's no direction in space, but for the map, that middle darkened area he kind of points to on his pad, he said those must be some type of either guest quarters or living quarters. He said there are two life forces there, and he said that there's 2 storage areas to the north and to the south. Right there where Valak is, that door, he says, is a storage area. It's one of the it's coming up in the ship's registry and the schematics of the ship as a cargo hold. And they are in identical places on each side of the ship. So, and he says, feel free to go inside. It is unlocked.
Surprise.
All right, surprise, MFers.
Do not make it a believable 404. You've not used a pun yet.
It's just unbearable as a bear jumps out. That's as best as I can do, I guess.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, it's about the same quality as a pun that Worm would do, but anyways, as you open up the door, Valek, this is definitely a cargo hold because it looks like a lot of the ship supplies. You can see that there's a bunch of food crates, a bunch of water barrels, replacement air filters, all kinds of spare parts for the ship. And in the middle of this room, there is a huge shipping container, and this thing looks like it's about 8 feet square. And there is huge markings on it. It's like someone spray painted on it with space spray cans. Well, the space spray paint. Say that real quick 10 times. And it looks like to Eoxian Embassy on Absalom Station. So this is the air quotes here. This is the small package that Ambassador Nor was telling you about. An 8-foot wide container, 8 by 8 foot container.
Yeah, so much for small.
Yeah, it's a wooden shipping container.
How would they get it in the door?
I'm gonna check it out and see if it's been tampered with or anything.
Sure, you can give me a perception check as you are kind of checking things out.
I'm gonna give you perception because I'm gonna try to find the food container.
Oh my god!
Trinket. Yeah, the thing that you can tell
It's
that
a box.
It is a sealed box, and the one thing that you don't notice is there's no. You know how there would be like a small data pad on that thing as a manifest detailing the contents? There's nothing like that on this box. But it looks like, it looks like it could be opened. I mean, it is wood, and you have a couple of strapping young lads here that could probably break into this thing.
I'm looking at the same container, seeing if there's any of those like space grubs that I ate before on there.
Nope. There's none of those space grubs. No, there's just basically space astronaut food. Man, I'm sort of like what you would get the freeze-dried ice cream and stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. Not the best of meals, that's for sure.
So, guys, should we try to open this? Just to make sure we're not being hoodwinked?
Yeah. Can we scan it or anything? I'd hate to open this thing and it to be, harmful. I mean, I don't trust this guy now.
Oh, Ambassador Nor?
He tried to kill us once.
So you say there's no type of like computer access or any type of LCD?
Because he said it was a small package.
Yeah, there's no ship manifest on this thing. It's just a sealed crate. It's pretty much 8 by 8 feet. It's pretty huge.
So I'm assuming there's something inside this crate. So
I mean, we could always open it and say it was damaged in shipping.
That's right.
Just say what the UPS says when they bend stuff and put it in your mailbox.
Look, guys, we don't know what could have happened before we arrived on this ship.
We delivered it. I don't know if you checked the thing. It says it was delivered. You left it on your front doorstep.
All right.
Should we pry it open?
Sure. Go for it.
All right, I'm going to open it up.
So you guys use your weapons, your knives, stuff like that. Takes you a couple of minutes.
I'm going to have an uneasy grimace on my face as they do this.
Why is that, Trinkets?
I don't know.
What could happen?
Yeah. What's
I'm
the worst that could
by
happen?
these crazy
Then I wouldn't cry.
laser beasts.
Yeah, they actually puncture the biological weapon canister that's in there, and it just lets loose inside of the cargo hold, Now, that's not what happens. After a couple of minutes, after your stamina break, all that stuff, you get this one side of the crate yanked off, and this is what you see. No joke here. I'm going to give you guys an image. As you guys pry the top off, there is what appears to be
Turkey.
a corpse, and it looks like there is a corpse inside of this transparent polycarbon plate capsule, and it has an occupant inside, and it looks like a skeletal humanoid figure, kind of looking like with the elongated cranium and stuff like that, almost looking like Ambassador Noor. And as you guys are kind of gawking over it and stuff, all of a sudden it opens its eyes, and you're startled. Oh, yeah. It kind of startles, and there is a sort of like a little pad inside, and this Eoxian, it punches a couple of buttons on the pad, and this transparent lid kind of just dissolves, and it says, "What are you doing here? Who are you? You don't look like Ambassador Noor." And this is a female, by the way, with a very raspy voice. Of course, she is undead, an Eoxian.
Yeah. She's basically walking, talking turkey.
Yeah. Are you going to answer me? Who are you? You don't look like Ambassador Noor.
You guys are standing next to him. Well, no, I'm over here. I'm over here in the corner. I'm not even seeing this.
Yeah, I say we were sent by Ambassador Noor to retrieve his package.
Ah, well, I'm the package. So it was nice meeting you. My name is Hebeza Escalar. And it was nice to meet you. Thanks for getting me delivered. Are we at the Absalom station? Are we there yet?
Not quite.
I've been in this box for quite a while. It's nice to actually see some smiling faces.
Yeah, speaking of that, what are you doing in a box?
Oh, well, I'm being sent to Absalom station, and I am going to help the ambassador on his diplomatic missions and stuff aboard the station, and that's why I'm being transported there.
Well, don't people usually take a ship, or?
We're undead, silly. We don't need any air to breathe. We don't need any spacesuits. What, were you born in a barn yesterday?
He told us it was going to be a small package. He didn't mention it was going to be a whole person.
There may have been a little bit of exaggeration on the ambassador's part, but I don't think he meant any harm by it.
Yeah, well, you're still on the Acheron. You're not quite at the station yet.
How far are we away? What? And why have I been sitting here so long? I figured something probably went wrong. Maybe some space bandits, or maybe some type of space combat happened. I don't know. The ship kind of jolted around for a little bit, and I could have thought I heard some laser blaster pistol noises and stuff. And I just heard you, so I knew that someone was here. But I'm talking about a week or a week and a half back. Interesting what's been going on here on this ship.
That's what we're trying to figure out. He sent us to kind of see what happened to the crew.
Oh.
So
of the ships? There's no crew? Oh, boy.
You just asleep in there or chilling out there? Or what's the deal?
Just been sleeping. Just kind of getting a little bit of R&R, and kind of had a little bit too much, because this darn coffin inside of a coffin, I couldn't get it open. Well, I couldn't get out of the wooden crate. Oh, my bones are tight. My bones are aching. No pun intended. Why don't you guys give me a culture check? whoever is engaging with the audience of Hebeza Escalar, give me a culture check. Sorn was close, so I'll give it to Sorn. So, as you are engaging with this thing, Sorn, you notice that the attire that this Hebeza Escalar is in is not your normal attire. And this is Eoxian. This is basically the attire of a Navy officer from the now banished Navy of the Eoxian Empire, and they're basically the corpse fleet. And you know that according to Absalom Station and the Pact Worlds, these are pretty much anyone in this type of uniform or affiliated with the corpse fleet would be considered basically like what we would consider a terrorist. And there's a list of these things, basically. And this commander, because you can see the ranks, the pins and badges on the uniform, this is a commander of the corpse fleet, which is now the abolished navy from the Eoxian Empire.
All right, so I say, well, I see why you were being, I do air quotes, smuggled aboard the station. You know, I recognize your uniform as being part of the corpse fleet. So what's going on?
Oh, this is just something that I just put on so I could greet an old friend. We could just go ahead and you can just go ahead and secure me back in the container here, and just get me to the ambassador. And I'm sure you're probably being paid handsomely for this as well. Just go ahead and forget that you ever saw me. Let's just go ahead and put it that way.
That sounds like a pretty good idea. What do you guys think? And I kind of wink to my partners in crime here.
Look,
I wouldn't say we're paid handsomely. I mean, let's just let that up.
Well, I'll throw in.
We will be.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll compensate you a little bit as well. I am being charged with helping the ambassador, and I am going to be his right-hand man and military attaché, and I will be holding a position on Absalom Station. Of course, I just don't have any new attire, and everything that has been involved with the old Navy upon our old homeworld is in my past.
That's no skin off my back, but it might be a little while before we take you back. If you want to hang out and stretch your bones, you're welcome to.
That would be great. And then you can just go ahead and pack me. Just put the lid back on this thing, and I'll climb back in here after a couple minutes as he starts to stretch a little bit. He says, that feels better. Even though really I don't have to technically stretch, I don't feel anything. But, because I'm kind of dead all over the place. All these dead bones. So I'll sweeten the pot for you. If we kind of forget about all this happened, I'll have the ambassador give you some more money. I'm sure money talks and crap walks, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
All right. Nice doing business with yous. After about a minute or so, the Eoxian, the Commander Escalar, climbs back into the coffin, or the small little tomb, and basically presses a couple buttons, and the transparent lid appears again, and then you hear some air and stuff being ejected out, kind of sealing this thing up. and then the commander kind of points toward the lid, and you can't understand what what she's saying, because it's, basically airtight, it's soundproof, and she's saying something like pointing at the lid and kind of motioning to put it back on, and she does the okay sign to you, and then she kind of rubs her fingers together like money, currency. Then she gives you the thumbs up. Everything's a-okay. Everything's good to go.
All right, I put the lid back on. Try to fasten it together.
Sealed in freshness.
The yellow and blue seal.
Yeah.
We might have to talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys met good old Commander Escalar of the Corpse Fleet, the old disbanded Eoxian Navy.
I want to go over and get like a nice heavy box and set on top just in case so she can't get out.
Okay.
Hammer the nails back down, stuff like that. Add a couple extra nails from the engineering bay. Couple of extra vice clamps.
We're taking the box somewhere. We just don't know where yet.
We're gonna have to get to the bottom of this mystery. Why would a military? What was the fleet called?
The Corpse Fleet. It is
Corpse Fleet.
the banished Eoxian Navy. Commander Escalar did say that she was being sent to Absalom Station to work hand in hand with Ambassador Noor, and the commander was going to be a military attaché. So that's pretty much that's the story.
You did say they were banned from the Pact World, right?
Yeah, they're considered a threat, especially to like Absalom Station and Castrovel and the other basically humanoid inhabited worlds. Yeah. They had to, as I'm trying to recall the lore. I read about the Eoxian Empire a little bit, and I think what happened is because the Eoxians are actually considered a race in the Pact Worlds, and I think they had to basically disband all of their navies and militaries and stuff to have that status given to them, so they could live in the Pact Worlds. And I think the ones that didn't adhere to that, they were like the renegades, and that's how they started the Corpse Fleet and stuff.
404, you're recording all this, right?
Oh yeah. So, and your that little droid that the ambassador gave you, it is still following you around as well, and the little red light just continues to beep flash the whole time. It doesn't beep or anything, but it just follows you around. It's just recording and taking scans of everything and kind of recording everything you guys do.
Now look at that robot that's recording. But as I speak to the other guys, yeah, we should probably make sure we have all the dirt just in case we need to get paid.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely going to get paid. You hear that, Mr. Camera?
It just shakes its head. No, it doesn't shake its head. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Wonder how many more surprises that we'll find out about this package.
I don't know.
As I say to everyone.
Climb over the gnome.
Yeah, this just keeps getting deeper and deeper the mystery, huh?
Yeah. So 404 says, wow, something is weird that's happening. This is, oh wow, all of a sudden you guys kind of feel the ship shudder a little bit. And 404 says, the hippocampus is leaving the ship. That's your shuttle that you guys got here on.
What?
He says, whoa, he says, and he's trying to override the commands, and it looks like there's some type of autopilot, and it says the next destination of the hippocampus is Absalom Station. So your shuttle, or your ride back, is leaving you.
Oh, all my Taylor Swift CDs are on there.
It just keeps getting better, doesn't it? Oh.
I left my Spoon the World Tour boxer shorts on